This little handgun comes from a period when the firearms industry was exploding with experimentation. Small pocket pistols, vest pistols, bicycle pistols, and hideout guns were being produced all across Europe during the late 1800s and early 1900s, and nowhere embraced that market more aggressively than Liège, Belgium. What makes these pistols fascinating is that they combine several old world features into one compact package: twin barrels, exposed external hammers, break open or tip up loading systems, and obsolete European cartridges that disappeared generations ago. Some higher grade examples even featured beautifully patterned Damascus barrels, something almost never seen on handguns today. These pistols almost look like miniature coach guns scaled down enough to fit in a coat pocket. While many were inexpensive civilian firearms, they were marketed as compact defensive handguns for ordinary people who wanted something affordable and easy to carry. To understand these pistols, you first have to understand Belgium's firearm industry. During the late 19th century, Liège became one of the largest firearms manufacturing centers in the world. Thousands of craftsmen, machinists, and small workshops produced everything from military rifles to inexpensive civilian pocket pistols. Unlike companies such as Colt or Smith & Wesson, many Belgian gun makers operated through small family shops, cottage industry production, and contract manufacturing systems. In many cases, firearms were lightly marked, retailer branded, or not marked with a manufacturer's name at all. That's one reason identifying many Belgian pocket pistols today can be very difficult. Belgian-made firearms were exported across Europe, South America, and the United States. Many of these compact handguns were intended for civilians who wanted something concealable, affordable, and mechanically simple. The so-called Protector-style pistol fits perfectly into that world. The Belgian Protector is best described as a style of compact Belgian double-barrel pocket pistol produced in Liège during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Rather than being one standardized model from a single company, these pistols were produced in numerous variations by different Belgian makers and workshops. Most examples featured two side-by-side barrels, exposed external hammers, and either a break-open or tip-up loading system. Many also used compact bird's head grips, along with spur triggers or folding triggers, depending on the variant. Some examples were heavily engraved, while others were plain utility guns. Finishes ranged from blued steel to nickel plating, while grip materials included walnut, hard rubber, and gutta percha. No two examples are exactly alike. And honestly, that's part of what makes these old Belgian pistols so interesting. One of the most fascinating aspects of these pistols is the ammunition they used. Many Belgian double-barreled pocket pistols were chambered in obsolete European cartridges, including .320 revolver, .380 revolver, 7mm pinfire, 9mm pinfire, and various black powder centerfire cartridges. Some examples were also chambered for other .32 caliber European black powder revolver cartridges common to that time. These smaller calibers offered mild recoil and compact dimensions, making them ideal for vest pocket and handbag pistols. Now, this is important. The European .380 revolver cartridges are not the same thing as modern .380 ACP ammunition we know today. Modern .380 ACP, also known as 9mm Browning short, was introduced by John Browning in 1908 and is a completely different cartridge. The older .380 revolver cartridges used in many Belgian pistols were rimmed black powder cartridges more closely related to rounds like the .38 Smith & Wesson. These older cartridges used a rim case design because they were intended for revolvers and break-open pocket pistols of the late 19th century. That distinction matters because confusing these cartridges can be very dangerous. Today, ammunition for many of these pistols is scarce, obsolete, or completely unavailable commercially. And because of that, most surviving examples are now collector pieces rather than regular shooters. Mechanically, these pistols were fairly simple. The loading systems allowed the barrels to tip up or break open for loading and unloading. Depending on the variant, extraction could be manual or assisted by a simple extractor. The exposed external hammers had to be manually cocked before firing, giving the shooter a deliberate firing process despite the pistol's tiny size. Construction materials typically included steel or Damascus pattern barrels, steel frames and lockwork, and either wood or hard rubber grips. Finishes were commonly blued or nickel-plated. Some higher-grade Belgian examples were fitted with Damascus pattern barrels. During the late 19th century, Damascus barrel construction was still associated with quality craftsmanship in Europe. These barrels were created by forge welding layers of iron and steel together into decorative patterns. While visually impressive, Damascus barrels were originally intended for black powder pressures and should be treated with extreme caution today. These guns were designed for civilian defensive use rather than military use, so concealability and affordability were often prioritized over extreme durability. Still, the fact that many examples have survived for over a century says a great deal about Belgian gun making during that era. Specifications varied considerably depending on the maker and variant, but most Belgian Protector-style pistols shared similar proportions. Overall length commonly ranged somewhere around 4 to 6 inches. Most examples weighed in somewhere around under a pound. For the time period, these were extremely compact defensive handguns. Today, a two-shot pistol seems incredibly limited, but during the late 1800s, reliability mattered more than ammunition capacity. Semi-automatic pistols were still in their infancy, and compact revolvers could be expensive or mechanically complicated for the average buyer. A double-barrel pistol offered mechanical simplicity, a quick second shot capability, compact dimensions, and lower manufacturing costs. For many civilians, that was enough. This was the sort of better-than-nothing firearm someone might carry in a coat pocket, handbag, bicycle bag, or desk drawer. Today, old Belgian pocket pistols have become surprisingly collectible. Part of that appeal comes from the incredible variety. Because so many workshops produce similar guns, collectors encounter countless variations in design, markings, and chamberings. Collectors often focus on Liège proof marks, pinfire systems, folding trigger variants, engraved examples, rare chamberings, nickel-plated models, and Damascus barrels. Because many of these pistols lack clear manufacturing markings, every example becomes a little historical mystery. And honestly, that mystery is part of the appeal. If you own one of these pistols today, caution is extremely important. Many were originally designed for black powder pressures, and metallurgy standards from the late 1800s are obviously not comparable to modern firearms. Even if the gun appears functional, the ammunition may be obsolete, chamber dimensions may vary, internal parts may be fragile, and Damascus barrels may be unsafe with modern ammunition. Replacement parts are nearly impossible to find. Because of that, most collectors treat these pistols as historical artifacts rather than practical shooters, and honestly, that's probably the safest approach. The Belgian Protector-style double-barrel pistol represents a fascinating period in firearms history when innovation, necessity, and mass production all collided. It came from a time before standardized handgun designs dominated the firearm industry, when dozens of Belgian workshops competed to build affordable pocket pistols for civilians around the world. These were not luxury firearms. They were working-class defensive weapons, simple, compact, concealable, and designed to provide ordinary people with some form of protection in an uncertain world. Today, they survive as relics from the golden age of European pocket pistols, strange little mechanical snapshots of how people protected themselves more than a century ago. And honestly, that's what makes these old Belgian pistols so fascinating. They weren't built for collectors. They were built to be compact and easily carried, and hopefully never needed to be used. Thank you for being here at the mess table. Make sure you like and subscribe. That support helps me continue bringing firearms history and reviews like this to you. And I'll keep a seat open for you next time here at the mess table.